You're probably expecting the full intro. Well, guess what? Everton Football Club. Every game these days just seems to be disappointment. Breaking to the top 4 is what we're kind of apparently going to be doing, or into the top 6. Regardless, this would have probably been the season where we could have possibly done it. Nevertheless, we don't even look like we're going to make the top 10. Teams like Arsenal and United are worse than they've been in years, and it looks like this would probably be the best year to possibly break into the top 4, and obviously top 6. But we've looked worse than ever. We did play better than we usually do in away games, and we did get relatively unlucky with the referees, but we're still going to be much better than we were. But Brighton is a team in which we just have to be beaten. Sure, it's an away game, but it's a game where, I mean, most top sides, if we're going to put ourselves in the top side bracket, which we shouldn't be, because, I mean, we're definitely aren't losing away to Brighton. Like, the Arsenals and the Uniteds are, but, I mean, Leicester, how good they've been this season, there's no way they'd be losing. And obviously, Man City and Liverpool won't be either. And if we're going to be wanting to compete with those top sides, we need to be winning these away games, just like the Burnley game. And there's kind of games where we need to be winning these sort of games. It's just so frustrating. I mean, I've definitely calmed down a lot since the loss, because straight away I'm like, I'm just sick of this. Especially considering, I mean, I'm recording this after the win against Watford in the Cup, which kind of makes it a little bit, but it's still not good enough, especially in the Premier League, where that's kind of where we need to be at our best. Sure, we want to win cups, and we weren't even good in the Watford game, but regardless, we still need to be winning against Brighton, and it's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. That is the best word to use in this situation. And I think the biggest thing from this was the fact that it's just the most Everton performance. Like, it's just such an Everton performance. So I'll start the lineup. Holgate came in for Mina, who obviously had that little injury that he got against West Ham, and I thought it was the right choice. I mean, he should probably, in my opinion, be starting ahead of Keane with Mina, but nonetheless. And yeah, Studio played with Dina in the wings, wing backs. Obviously Pickford in goal. I mean, but Loss not going to play ahead of Pickford really. And then we continued with the with Iwobi playing Cam, and also Bernard on the left, which I thought was really good. And then having played Walcott as well, we're continuing with Walcott, which, I mean, he's been playing relatively well, so I mean, just fair enough. And yeah, Richarlison up front, because he's been really, I guess he's been scoring goals, so I mean, keep him there. I mean, could possibly be playing Moise Keane, but I mean, you can't leave Richarlison out of the squad. I mean, it wasn't a great performance though. I mean, we started off okay. I mean, for an away performance, it's probably better at times. We've kind of started off. It still was nowhere near good enough. I remember, like, first half wasn't that great. I remember Gomez gave away the penalty, the foul, and then it just got kind of. And yeah, the free kick just got boarded into the net, really. I mean, it was poor from Pickford. He definitely should have saved it. Kind of just, he's not good with long shots, Pickford. I said this in the last video, he needs to pick it up. Like, as good as he is at reaction saves, the long shots and free kicks and stuff like that, like, he needs to really pick up on it. Be better at. Like, he is short, and he's been memed for, like, those short arms and stuff like that, but he's got to be saving those sort of goals. So that kind of started off pretty poor. Yeah, I think it kind of happened after the 20-something minute mark, something like that. I mean, I can't really remember too much. All I remember was just the goal and how frustrated I was after that. But yeah, before that was pretty just normal sort of stuff, nothing much really happening. Yeah, and then the goal happened. And then not long after, it was really good header from Richarlison, who, I mean, I thought obviously it was his goal, but it turned out to be an own goal. But no, it was a really great ball in from Luka Dean, and then great header from Richarlison. It was pretty soft. He probably shouldn't have really got that as well as easy as he did. But no, that's why you have Richarlison in the team, those kind of things. Like, he's just so potent at being in the right place and knowing where to be and those kind of opportunities. And yeah, he did really well to get there, and a really good header, in which he got unlucky because I thought it was his goal. But as I said, so yeah, but that kind of brought it up to 1-1. After all that, though, I mean, there were a couple shots here and there that got blocked and stuff like that, kind of like half chances, but nothing really major. I mean, there's the kind of two major opportunities of this game, kind of both buried, and then yeah, the game goes into half-time 1-1. The second half kicked off, and kind of just left off the same way it was in the first half. I seem to be saying that every game now, because there has never seemed to be quite a significant difference in our performance in the second half from what way it was in the first. And yeah, it just was the same, pretty much the same. Like, we never got into a decent rhythm with the ball, and we just never seemed to be very threatening. So it got to about the 65th minute until Gross had a disallowed goal, which was fair. I mean, he was offside. It's a great finish, but I mean, he was offside. And yeah, that was kind of the first little highlight of the second half. And then about a little bit after that, the next real big thing that happened, I mean, as I say, like, there were a few little half chances and stuff like that. Next real big thing that happened was our second goal. Brilliant from Holgate, kind of drew very well with the ball. That's kind of what he's really good at, and that's those kind of things is why he's better than Keane, and he should be starting with Mina. Obviously, he couldn't in this game, and we had kind of had two second best partnership together, and yeah, it was just brilliant play. Like, he just drove up with the ball and then found a beautiful little ball through. Like, it's just a beautiful little find. And then the finish from Calvert-Lewin, it was a very good finish. It was a very underrated finish as well, I think, on his left foot coming away from the goal. And then Ryan maybe could have done better with it, but it was still a brilliant finish. He came up his line a bit and then kind of shot early as well, Calvert-Lewin, on his left foot, which is a real striker's finish, real striker's goal, and it got us ahead too, which is a really important goal at the time. And yeah, it just kind of shows you he's kind of growing in confidence at the moment, Calvert-Lewin. 5 goals in 5 games is really in a good little sprout of form in his career, and hopefully can kind of keep on. I wouldn't even mind him starting next game, to be honest. I haven't said that in a while, but if he started next game, I wouldn't even be mad. He's been scoring goals and important ones too. Like that was a very important goal in the game. It was huge. And then not long after this, the absolute embarrassment of VAR. Really, I mean, I was really dreading this happening to Everton. Like, everyone knew it was going to happen at some stage, but us being the first team to have a goal overruled, a penalty overruled, in the Premier League, it's just, and the manner it was as well. I mean, penalties should only be given, overruled by the referee, or by VAR from the referee's call, if they're blatantly obvious penalties. And the ref didn't call it. That was definitely not blatantly obvious at all. Like even the commentator, who was absolutely terrible, by the way, was like, "Oh, there's no way that's a penalty." I mean, because live, to be fair, it doesn't look like a penalty at all. Looking back at it, you can see why it was given by VAR, because they have all the technology and all this sort of stuff that the referee cannot see on the field, and any normal person would see that it's not a penalty live, as I said. And you look back at it, yeah, maybe, he trods on Keane trods on him, very, very clumsy like him, by the way. I mean, for sure he is looking at the ball, he's going backwards, he trods on his foot, trips him over a little bit, and it's like, okay, maybe a penalty. But the fact that it's maybe a penalty and not a blatantly obvious penalty shows that it should not have been given a penalty from VAR. And the way that the VAR is starting to run in the game is kind of scary now. It's just starting to kind of take over football, and it's really not a really good sign at all. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't very, I mean, it's just so bad, because we were kind of not cruising, but that kind of just got them back into the game a bit, because they really had nothing. They really weren't showing anything at all, and it was just very frustrating because it just came out of nowhere. It really did. It was just such an Everton thing that happened, and very clumsy. And another thing about the penalty was that the ball wasn't anywhere near the goal, and he was not as that, but he wasn't going to get there. There was just no way he was going to get there. It was going out for a goal kick, and it was just very frustrating. It was just, as I said, very Everton. And then after that goal, 2-2, and then Everton, fan, it's just they're looking at it like, there's no way we're gonna win this now. Like, not only gonna win it, but we're gonna lose. Like, it's just such an Everton thing to do. Be 2-1 up, and then 10 minutes, with 10 minutes to go, and then just that happens, and then you're like 2-2 away from home. It's not gonna end well. Not gonna end very well at all. And then for Luka Dean, the own goal, 90th minute sort of thing. I mean, if he didn't block it, Dean, it was gonna be tapped in as well. So he kind of did what he had to do. He didn't have to score, obviously, but it was still so frustrating because, I mean, you could have easily blocked the cross. We definitely could have blocked the cross. We could have played better, because after the goal we just collapsed. It just collapsed. It was terrible to watch. It was so bad. But it was just such an Everton thing. Like, as I say, it's just the most Everton performance of all time. And a lot of people saying like Marco Silva's fault, like Marco Silva sort of thing, like it's his fault. But he kind of did everything he could. I think Marco Silva in that game. I mean, there's something I personally could have blamed him for. That, I mean, you couldn't have blamed him for VAR there. And then for Dean putting it in the net, like he's not going to coach that sort of thing. I mean, it's unfortunate that it was Dean as well, out of all players. But yeah, no, I thought Silva picked the right team. Picked the one that we've been kind of calling for. Sure, the formation. I mean, a lot of people don't like the formation, like including myself. I think we should be playing a bit more. I don't really know the formation. I think we need 2 up front personally. With the lack of goals, and we've got 1 up front, which is just like contradicts everything. Like Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front, I think would be great personally. And yeah, it's just so Everton. But yeah, there you go. There's the review about the game kind of thing. I mean, I don't really want to talk too much about it anymore because it's just so frustrating to talk about. Like, it's just such an Everton thing. I just keep saying that, but it's gonna get annoying. But it is very Everton. That's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for watching.